If we think of plot as a logical movement from one sequence to another, then it's clear that love, the pursuit of love, and its confirmation in the form of marriage overwhelmingly drive the plot of A Midsummer Night's Dream. The overarching plot of the play is King Theseus' forthcoming marriage to Hippolyta, who is the queen of the Amazons. Theseus announces their forthcoming marriage in the play's opening lines and in the final lines of the play proper. This is not to say that this marriage is based on love, as Hippolyta is a prize of war, who Theseus, as he himself states, has wooed and won with his sword. One of the puzzling features of this play is whether or not there is anything approaching love between Theseus and Hippolyta by the play's end. Hippolyta has a very small part. She speaks only about 2% of the play's lines, and this relative silence leaves many questions unanswered. This is quite typical of Shakespeare's plays, which all lack a definitive moral closure. Nevertheless, the marriage between these two royal figures occupies the Athenian people, especially the workmen, Bottom and his friends. These characters play a major part in A Midsummer Night's Dream, and they devote much of their time and energy to rehearsing a play called Pyramus and Thisbe to help celebrate the forthcoming marriage of Theseus and Hippolyta. In the fairy world, the relationship between the king and queen of the fairies, Oberon and Titania, mirrors the tense, real-world relationship between Theseus and Hippolyta. Oberon is unhappy with Titania, who has possession of an orphan child who Oberon wants as part of his entourage. They're fighting about the boy when they first appear on stage. For Oberon, the solution to their quarrel is easy and thoroughly patriarchal. Because he is Titania's husband, she should obey him and hand over the child. She refuses, a disobedience in Oberon's eyes that leads to the unexpected but highly comical deviation in the plot, where Titania, under the influence of the love potion, falls head over heels in love with Bottom, who happens to be wearing the head of an ass. She surrenders the orphan child to Oberon, and they appear reconciled at the end of the play, as they speak in rhyming couplets, Shakespeare's language of love. You will learn more about rhyming couplets a little later. Under the umbrella of the plot of the royal marriage are several subplots that are entirely driven by the pursuit of love. These involve the young lovers who spend time in both the real world in Athens and the fairy world in the woods. First, there is the forbidden love between Lysander and Hermia. Second, there is Demetrius' pursuit of Hermia. Third, there is Helena's pursuit of Demetrius. And fourth, there is the reversal of who pursues whom, with both Lysander and Demetrius pursuing Helena. The complications of these love plots are magically and miraculously resolved as the play concludes. Aegeus allows Hermia to marry Lysander. Demetrius, still under the influence of the love potion, remains in love with Helena, who is more than happy with the favourable circumstances that have befallen her. Unlike Theseus and Hippolyta's relationship, the choice of a partner in love is paramount in these love plots, even though some are brought about by Oberon's love potion and Puck's mistakes in administering it to the right characters. The havoc caused by the love potion works throughout the play as a metaphor for the irrationality of love and the chaos it causes, which is performed by the young lovers in the woods, and hilariously represented in Titania's infatuation with Bottom. In the end, love wins in this play, showing us that love is both wonderful and worthy of celebration, that it is entirely subjective, and that it makes us do silly things. Or, as Lysander says, the course of true love never did run smooth. Next, learn more about love in Shakespeare's time from Dr. Breed Phillips. Then, experience the beauty of Shakespeare's rhyming couplets before encountering the more serious side of love, its tragic potential, in a discussion of Pyramus and Thisbe. Aidan Coleman will then offer some insights into the similarities between this play and one of Shakespeare's most popular tragedies, Romeo and Juliet. I hope you enjoyed the rest of this part of the course on love in A Midsummer Night's Dream, and I'll see you again to guide you through the Speak the Speech learning sequence for this play.